Bring that ass back like a boom, 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 boom.
Are you manifesting marriage with your specific person? You want to make sure that your marriage material for your specific person. As you already know, everybody is you pushed out, and we already know that self-concept plays a huge factor in manifesting a specific person. I'm going to explain to you who you need to be to attract in this healthy, loving marriage with your specific person. Hi, I'm Cindy, and I'm a mindset and relationship coach that helps women and men how to change their mindset when it comes to relationships, money, business, health, and all areas of life. I'm also a licensed nurse that can help you manifest your health issues away. I have my Sexy Mindset Makeover Academy for you to manifest everything you can think of: health, your successful business, more money in your life, your specific person. This academy is more targeting your limiting beliefs when it comes to self-concept. Only people who are serious about getting their manifestation should join this academy. You get 24/7 support from me. It's only $68.99 per month. I have your curated robotic affirmations, your sleep tapes, all in the academy. And remember, it's all focusing mainly on self-concept in relationship to everything that you're trying to manifest. I do offer one-on-one coaching. It's available. I brought it back up if anybody wants one-on-one coaching with me. My ebook is also available for purchase. It's down below. It's called It's Just Your Mindset, so you can at least get an understanding of how your mind works, how manifestation works. Also, my Millionaire Mindset course is finally available for purchase. If you are serious about becoming a millionaire, I've been getting results. I'm actually starting to see money manifest into my reality since I've been using these affirmations that I have in my Millionaire Mindset course. I've been using the sleep tapes, and I've been finally manifesting money. It's been a whole journey, and I can actually say that I fully believe that I'm going to be a millionaire pretty soon because I'm actually starting to see money come in, and I will make another video separate from that. So if you're serious about becoming a millionaire, you can click down below and listen to my free video explaining how you're going to change your mindset and to become a millionaire. And we shall begin. So a lot of you guys wanted me to make a video about this, about being marriage material. We already know that comes to self-concept. For the ladies who are manifesting marriage with their specific person, you need to ask yourself what type of person you would need to be in order to manifest marriage. And I talked about this a lot in my videos, like, yeah, you would have high respect for yourself, set boundaries. And I made a post about this on my YouTube channel in the community tab, and I made a status stating, stop giving wife-husband benefits before the actual marriage occurs. This is very crucial. Yeah, we get it that you have to change up here in order for things to change. But the thing is, you're always going to get who you're being, so who you're identified as. And a lot of these behaviors come from your limiting beliefs. A lot of people I see, they think that, oh yeah, I'm going to cook for my man, I'm going to be cleaning his house, I'm going to be basically acting like a wife before the marriage occurs. And this is where people mess up. And a lot of people who do this, either they don't want marriage or they just have really poor self-esteem. If you want marriage, stop doing that. I'm gonna tell you guys my boundaries because this is gonna help a lot of women out. Me personally, I don't want a guy spending the night at my house that's not my husband. I don't want to go over his house because he's not my husband. Honestly, I don't even want to have sex with somebody that's not my husband. And you guys are like, whoa, how the hell are you supposed to know that this is the right person for you if you're not doing those things? Here's the thing, a guy will respect you more if you're not giving him all of you. And this is not to be manipulative. If you don't have the mindset, this probably won't work that well, but almost 99.99% of the time it does work, because I'm not gonna sit here and give you all of me, all of the access, all the things that I have to offer in a marriage before it actually unfolds. Those are just my standards, my boundaries, and you can manifest anything, right? So therefore, I'm not gonna sit here, sleep with somebody that's not my husband. I'm not gonna do any of those things. You guys don't have to do this, but I noticed that it works in my benefit when I have standards that's high. I already had a guy tell me he wants to marry me. This isn't the person that I want to be with personally, but he's already telling me, hey, like, you know, we should get married, we should have kids, and this person never met me before. And if I can get somebody that never met me talking about, yeah, I'll wait till we get married to have sex, that should let you know that if you value yourself, a guy will literally wait for you. Especially if you're attractive, especially, well, if you see yourself as attractive, everybody else will too. I already talked about manifesting appearance changes. If you don't see yourself as attractive, you can easily change that or whatever. What I'm trying to say to you is it makes it a lot easier for a guy to pursue you and take you more seriously when you set yourself to that high standard. And it doesn't matter who the guy is. I just think it's natural for men to want to chase and pursue a woman. And if you're just like everyone else, you're easy or whatever, then he's not going to want to do that. And I'm just keeping it real because I see it all the time. Yeah, you could be manifesting your specific person, but people who don't have a healthy self-concept tend to give too much of themselves before the marriage actually happens, okay? I see this with a lot of people and then wondering why it's not happening, why they're still single, not married, and it can go on for years. I had a conversation with my dad. Obviously, my dad is more old school, but I like the old school, traditional type of thing. I like how that's all set up. And my dad was telling me, yeah, back in my younger days, if I slept with a woman really fast, like I just met her and all of a sudden we're at a hotel, I'm going to think differently about her. I'm going to see her less of somebody that I would want to take seriously and marry. I'm not going to want to take someone seriously that I'm having sex with, casual sex with all the time, because they're not holding themselves to that high standard. And he's basically saying, I'm not going to be able to trust a woman that doesn't have any type of discernment and doesn't respect herself. And this is always going to be a thing when you don't respect yourself. That's why I'm big on self-respect. That's why in my academy, it's all about changing your self-concept, because a lot of people have a really poor self-esteem without even realizing it. And then they wonder why they're still not getting that relationship, that marriage, because of how they keep acting, how they're identifying to be. If you keep having that identity of I can't get commitment and it's hard for me, even though you're saying affirmations for your specific person, it's going to be a lot harder to even see that. I know it's people who do have a high self-concept tend to act this way, have high respect, know how to say no, know how to set boundaries. And it just felt good to have this conversation with my father, because he was confirming what I tell you guys, and he was just like, not that I needed his validation, but it feels good coming from another guy. And he's like, yeah, I've dated and I've been there. And he says, I'm not going to take a woman seriously that doesn't have any common sense, that doesn't respect herself. He said, that's just how us men are wired. Whether a guy admits that to you or not, that's just how it is. I've never yet seen a guy that was interested in me tell me this. Like, the guy that you want to be with, your specific person, is not going to tell you these things. But this is just how it is. And this is for men too. A lot of the men that watch my videos, I notice, tend to be very high value men and know how to pursue a woman. But then I have some men that they give way too much to the woman. They're already acting like a husband and doing way too much, and I'm just like, look. And that can go as giving a girl money, paying for her bills, and you guys are not even married. Yeah, that's an issue, and I have an issue with that, because I do not want you guys doing things that are beneath your worth. This is why I press you guys to get in the academy, because the academy is all about you, and you guys can manifest other things like money in there and better health or whatever. Also, I'm going to read these messages to you because I had a guy trying to have sex with me. Also, I'm going to read these messages to you guys because I want to ask you how you guys would act in a situation like this. Because here's the thing, somebody can like you and they'll still try it, okay? And this is going to relate more to women. This is why I tell you guys you should have high standards, high respect for yourself, not giving your body to people who aren't properly committed to you, because this really plays a role in self-concept. I notice when women give way too much to themselves, it makes it way more challenging to get that commitment, to get that marriage. And I'm going to read these messages to you, and I want you guys to be 100% honest about how you would act in a situation like this if this was your specific person. By the way, the guy that sent me these messages, if you are on here watching this video, I'm not doing this to call you out. I'm just doing this to clearly help my viewers, because this is really going to help people see where they struggle when it comes to setting boundaries and knowing their self-worth. So let me read this to you guys. So he sends me a message and he's like, how are you, babe? And this is somebody that I spoke with before. I never met him in person. We just started talking from Tinder, okay, a dating app. He's like, how are you, babe? I said, hey, I don't know why your message didn't pop up. I'm good. What about you? He's like, I'm also good. We can meet up finally. What do you think? And I said, yeah, what were you thinking of? I'm still in Michigan. And he's like, let's have fun. I said, what's having fun? He's like, you know, with a kissy face. He said, we had a plan before. I said, to go on a date. And he was like, yeah, and have wild sex. And then I was like, have sex as soon as we meet each other? And then he put not with a smiley face. And I said, yeah, because I was about to say, I'm okay with the dates. I'm looking for something serious. So what does that say about my self-concept, how I reacted, how I responded? It shows I love myself, I value myself, and I hold myself to a high standard, and I'm willing to say no at the expense of other people's feelings. A lot of you guys will be in uncomfortable situations like this with your specific person, and I notice a lot of women do this. They will give in, they will fold. Okay, that's the new word, fold. You guys will fold fold and be like, oh, it's okay, because you're thinking about how they feel before your own. And this is not going to get you the marriage with your specific person, because you're just like everyone else. And I'm not going to say you're for the streets, but if you want to say it that way, whatever, because I don't want to disrespect you guys, because you guys are valuable. But when you act like that, it is harder for a man to take you seriously. And like I said, the men that are watching this video, stop giving the husband benefits before the actual marriage. Don't be paying for her bills and stuff that she can take care of on her own before there's actually something serious. Don't be meeting her parents before you guys are actually having a title. That's not stuff that you guys do. You guys are doing way too much before something serious occurs. This shows that you value yourself and you are wife and husband material. Somebody that holds himself to that standard. Now, how would you guys react in that situation with these text messages? If your specific person was like, hey, and you haven't seen them for a while and they haven't spoke to you and you missed them all this time, but the real matter is how are you going to respond in a situation like this when you haven't spoke to them? You guys have been in no contact. Finally, they hit you up and give you that validation you've been wanting, and they're like, hey, so let's have sex. And that's all they're offering you. Are you willing to tell them no at the expense of how they feel? Or are you going to have sex with them even though you want marriage, you want something a little bit more serious? Comment below. You don't have to say have sex with them, just put given. Or if you have a really healthy self-concept, just be like, I'm gonna tell them no. Comment below and let me know, okay? Because I want you guys to be 100% honest with me. Remember, being husband or wife material is setting yourself to that high standard of, no, I get this in my life because I have a lot to offer. So therefore, somebody would want to spend the rest of their life with me. Therefore, I'm not gonna give you all of me. No, I do not get the bare minimum treatment. No, this is unacceptable. No, I'm willing to say no. Because here's the thing, a man wants someone that has discernment, that does respect themselves and all these high value qualities. I already spoke about this, how I had a viewer fold basically when her specific person came in after a month of no contact and basically was putting her in the same situation that they were previously in, and she gave in. And she was hurt about it because the thing is, you guys want to get out of a friends with benefit situation or just a regular relationship. You want marriage, you have to set the standard. You guys are so scared to do this that you think that they're gonna not want to be with you. The funny thing is, they see your value because you're acting like that person, and they do give you what you want, because either you're giving me what I want or you're out of my life completely. That shows how valuable you are. It's a mindset. And these things are gonna be hard for you to do when you don't have the mindset. That's why if it's hard for you to even set these standards, I highly recommend joining my academy so you guys can work on that self-concept, get the marriage, get the commitment. Because the more you guys keep not respecting yourself, giving into what they want. And I also talked about this, being afraid to talk about the relationship where things are going at the expense of yourself and how you feel. So you just don't talk about the relationship, talk about the marriage. People with high standards that have a good self-concept are not fearful of talking about where are things going. This is what I want. Every time I got what I wanted was when I was not afraid to tell a man what I wanted. I want marriage and I want kids. I'm not scared to say that at the expense of him saying no to me. I don't care, because I know he's going to change his mind, because why would you not want to marry me? That's a mindset. Now, if you don't have this mindset, I feel like it makes it a lot harder. No, this is not a limiting belief. But if you want a healthy, loving, long-term marriage, hold yourself to this high standard. So I know you like my video. Please like, share, subscribe to my lovely channel. Like I said, I offer one-on-one coaching. My academy is down below. And anybody who wants to be a millionaire, the millionaire's course is down below. My ebook is down below. And see you for my next video.